Smithwicks Red Ale.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I've got a can of Smithwicks Red Ale from Ireland. Before I do that, before I go into that, I've really pissed off with YouTube. Fucking wankers. I spent about 2 hours getting a video done. I did a bass guitar cover of The Trooper by Iron Maiden, which is no fucking easy bass line, believe me. I had to do it in a few takes. It wasn't easy, and I spent a lot of time recording it, rendering it on the thing, and I put it up, and fucking YouTube blocked it for copyright. But if you do a search for The Trooper by Iron Maiden bass cover, there's fucking hundreds of them. None of them are blocked, and they just pointed me out. I think it's a conspiracy over my Liverpool video, my Erdinger Jurgen Klopp video. I think this is the start of the fallout from that. The next I'm going to expect fucking Paul McCartney knocking on my door going, "Hey you, fucking twat!" Anyway, enough about Scousers. Let's bash the paddies. Smithwicks Red Irish Ale. Just before anybody gets the ump over me saying anything about Irish people, my mum and dad are Irish, so don't fucking give it a big one with me about, you're going to offend the Irish people. I'm fucking Irish. Don't, honestly, just don't. Irish Red Ale. I haven't heard of this, or haven't seen it since, I would say, the late 70s, and the last time I saw it, my dad was drinking a pint of it over in Ireland, in a place called Wexford, when we went on holiday one year. That would have been about 1978, I think. I was only young, and he normally drank Guinness, but he came out, it was a really warm day, I do remember that, and he came out with this, and my mum was doing a double take saying, "Why aren't you drinking Guinness?" And he says, "I just fancied this." And I've never seen it since, and it's a really popular ale over in Ireland. How popular? It's the number one ale that's drank in Ireland, and of course most people drink Guinness over it. Well, no, I say most people drink Guinness. Most blokes either drink lager or Guinness, but the ale that they drink over there, this stuff is the most popular. And they do another one as well called Irish Cream Ale, which is like Caffrey's. Have you ever had that? That was around in the sort of mid-90s. That was a really nice ale, that was, and it disappeared off the shelves. I haven't seen hide nor hair of it. No, I'm lying. I saw some in Morrison's, but it was all in a sort of big sort of 12 pack, and I just thought, I'm not buying 12 of them. I remember the hangovers you used to get from them. But this company, Smithwicks, were based in a place called Kilkenny.
Oh my God, they've killed Kenny, you bastard!
Which I know quite well. I've been to Kilkenny, and it was the next county up from Carlow, where my mum used to live. And it's quite nice in Kilkenny. They got a very good Gaelic football team, apparently. I don't know fuck all about that game, to be honest. Strange game. Playing football, and all of a sudden they pick it up. Lost on me. But they've got a really old history. Now, it says it on here, they go back to 1710. But they've got history even before that, because the site where the brewery was an old Benedictine monastery where they brewed ale. Now, there's other breweries out there in certain countries that would be latching onto that, certainly in Belgium, and making the most of it. This stuff is one of the products of that brewery. And they've been brewing beer and were exporting beer to England, Scotland and Wales in the early 1700s. And they've been going since 1710, and they really did become popular. And they diversified as well. They started making mineral water, And they even started delivering stuff on their draft horses, with their draft horses and their carts. And they were really sort of popular. But they've gone through a few ups and downs, you know, it's not all been plain sailing. And in 1965, I think it was, they were taken over by Guinness. So Guinness own them now, and of course Guinness aren't independent. They're owned by a company called Diageo. So they're effectively owned by Diageo, if you like now. But it doesn't seem to have detracted from the quality of their beers, because this is the #1 imported ale into Canada at the moment, which really surprises me. And it's also exported to the United States as well. And as you can see, it's a really popular ale. And they also do a pale ale. And as I say, they do that Kilkenny cream ale as well. I've never tried the cream ale, but I remember a mate of mine drinking that, saying how nice it was. That's like a dark ale. It's a cross between a bitter and a stout. If you can imagine, from what I can remember, a cross between Guinness and John Smith's. I mean, it sounds terrible, doesn't it? But apparently that's what it tasted like. Anyway, enough about that. Let's investigate the beer. .8%, so it is a session ale, and it's a 440ml can. On the side it says our ruby red session ale with something hot bitterness. It's been scraped on the side, I can't read it. Something hot bitterness, sweet malty notes, and refreshingly balanced taste. Sounds good. Here is the can, or here's the logo anyway. Smithwicks Red Ale. There it is. Let's get it open. Let's see what's going on. Alright. I think I got this from Beers of Europe. It wasn't too expensive. I don't know whether this just has nitrogen poured through it. I'm assuming not, possibly. But it does look very smooth. That looks suspiciously like John Smith's. No widget in there though, which is handy. The aromas I'm getting. Oh, I don't know what it is tonight. I thought I had fucking COVID-19. You know, one of the symptoms, or two of the symptoms, are loss of taste and loss of, or sense of smell, loss of that. And I tried the Harvey's Dark Mild. Couldn't get any flavour or any aroma from that at all. I've just tried an alt beer from Hannon, which was pretty similar, but it did have a bit more flavour. But I'm not getting any aroma out of this at all. A fair bit of carbonation. Maybe you can see that or not. There you go. It's a sort of a dark mahogany colour. All I'm getting is very vague sweet malt. Sweet caramel malt. It does look nice. 1.5 finger, white head. Lots and lots of carbonation in that. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. Just going for it. Well, let's get it down the hatch. Sláinte, as they say in Ireland. Firstly, very smooth mouthfeel, very light mouthfeel as well. But all it has is the merest hint of caramel malt. Oh, again, I thought it would be bigger than this. The flavour would be bigger, but it's not. Oh, and again, for the third time tonight, just a beer lacking any real flavour. There is very, very vague sort of sweet caramel malt. It does put me in mind of like a John Smith's. It hasn't got that really smooth mouthfeel and sort of taste that you get from the beer that's had nitrogen shot through it. I really would have liked more flavour coming from this. It just tastes like a macro brewed ale of some description, probably non-description. No, I'm not really impressed with that at all. I suppose if you wanted something that really didn't taste of much and you didn't want to drink lager, then yeah, you could knock that back. I imagine that would give you a nasty headache. But it says a red session ale with a gentle hop bitterness. I don't really get that at all. Sweet malty notes and refreshing balanced taste. No, it's just lacking in flavour. Really is. Brewed for over 300 years, through the ups and downs of our country, we've learned a thing or two about ale. I'll tell you what you haven't learned, how to put some fucking flavour in it. This is our original red ale. It's a blend of mild hops, sweet malt and roasted barley. Like the castle at the heart of Kilkenny, it's stood the test of time and earned its rightful place as Ireland's most loved ale. Christ almighty, Ireland, come on. You can surely do better than that. Come on, man. I'm not impressed. It just lacks flavour. Sweet caramel malt is very, very low key on it, and that's all I'm getting. No aftertaste at all. It's disappointing. I thought it was going to be nicer than that. So what's the verdict on Smithwicks Red Ale? If you want a beer that doesn't taste of much and you want to absolutely cane it and not get too out of your nut, this might just fit the bill. If you want something with a bit of flavour, something that you know you've had a drink of, then I'd avoid this. It just lacks flavour. As I say, it's just the weakest caramel malt, and that's about it really. Not impressed. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10, and I'm never going to buy it again. I'm sorry to say. It just lacks any real big flavour, and there's nothing, there's nothing to distinguish that would make me want to go back for more. 3 out of 10, not recommended. And remember, I'm drinking this shit, so you don't have to.